I feel it's been a while since I've seen. Wow, I have to say I really do.
Yeah, the Meepo net is a huge issue for Storm Spirit. You can't really get out of the net, so now BKB is pretty much a mandatory item for him. You can kite Troll Warlord fairly easily through Battle Trance. Taiga is netted up in Sandstorm. Like, this hero is going to be pretty solid. I really like this.
Yeah, one thing though I will say is, they do have some AoE magic damage, as well as, no one isn't unkillable. If he's out of position, lasso into it, they will be able to take down this Meepo. The thing about Meepo is you are the most farmed hero on the map. They're able to take a few kills on you. You are able to recover, even get off to a very...
Yeah, initially I thought Alliance's draft was shaping up to be pretty solid. I do think they're going to suffer a little bit in these team engagements. I just don't think they have the answers for the Enigma, which last game, like I said, it was a lot easier for them to deal with. But now the Silencer, I think the Silencer is going to be key here. If they get a couple really good global silences to be in the Alliance lineup, we could really see this game blow wide open for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, I am going to keep my my camera trained on this mid lane. I'm really excited to see the Meepo versus Storm Spirit matchup. Quake for Storm Spirit, I feel it's it's another one of his iconic heroes, really. Him on that Lone Trade and on that Storm Spirit, who I really think about. Even if he does have a bit of a rough time in lane, obviously can recover in the jungle, but I feel a lot of this game, the pressure has to be on for Noah, as it always is in a Meepo lineup.
Yeah. So, I think Ramsey's lane this time, it's a very similar matchup to we saw last game, right? This Juggernaut versus Sand King, and we saw what Mickey was able to do on the Juggernaut, so really excited to see how Ramsey's does this in his hands. And I think bottom lane, Pasha, so Pasha on Mars, I imagine they're going to put, well, we'll see. We'll see what the lines are, but top lane they're just going on Jug. He has Blade Fury, he should be fine.
I think they're going to force him to spend the mana, though.
Yeah.
No, very restrained there by that's how they take. One thing I have to say is, do you think they're going to be tri-laning this Juggernaut? Because they can do that, because they'll have that one-on-one matchup again. Because then it's going to be in the jungle.
And the thing is, about that, either Boxy or Troll Warlord you find in that game, but for Batrider, it's a pretty, I'm not sure which one they're going to put down there. Right now, these lanes are just all over the place. No hero is really trying to commit.
Yeah, you can see the swaps coming. They really want that Jug against the Batrider matchup. And they're preempting the Alliance. It looks like VP might have definitely won the lanes, and especially this board, it has scouted out the fact that Ramses, he uses TPs in top lane.
And so does Mickey.
So they can just TP switch. Yeah. And this means Alliance, they know they're not up against the Juggernaut there.
Yeah, this is really good for Alliance. Because Batrider should be able to run on Mars pretty easily, or fly over, I guess, in this case. But mid lane, this Meepo versus Storm Spirit. Not a lane that I could say I've seen very often, but I imagine Quakeba going to be pretty happy in the first few levels, but once no one gets those 2 or 3, the second Meepo, it should be pretty good for him.
Yeah, so we really saw that early harass onto Ramsey's payoff because, he was forced to go back to base and have this TP to top lane that allowed Alliance to just TP and set up the lanes they want. And, this might give Alliance another early laning stage victory that they might have a chance to snowball once again.
Alright, so we're just going to see Roger jungling, pretty much what you'd expect from the Enigma. Good pull from Insania, trying to pull the equilibrium back. Boxy, once he has the points in both Firefly and Sticky Napalm, can really push Mars out of lane, and so Mars isn't even contesting at this point. He's just blocking the pole camp.
Yeah, one of the really nice things about having a Crystal Maven is never feel bad about spamming that Because, you know, very often you do see these Batriders run out of mana. They're not able to get these killed.
Storm doing really well in the mid lane. 14-1, followed very closely by no one though.
Mickey's been left alone to his own devices because Tiger's here in the mid lane. But he does have the first point over in the pull. They've rotated in Insania, and I think this might be first blood over to Quakefur.
That's huge. That's so huge for the side of Alliance. Great rotations. And this is really all comes down to how they set up these lanes, right? They are in a position right now where they can afford to make these rotations. You don't have to worry about bot lane pretty much ever. This is secured for Alliance. And then top lane, Mickey feels pretty safe. They don't have the ability really to get on top of them thanks to the whirling axes. So, just overall, really good play here so far from Alliance.
Yeah, and now they're just moving all three heroes to this top lane. And this is what we discussed, you know, when you have the Enigma in the jungle, that you are going to get pressured in your lane. Like, that's exactly how Alliance.
Well, they're getting ready to swap lanes again. Ramsey's TP's bottom and Pasha TP's top. And Boxy runs straight to the side shop to buy a TP. I mean, this is of course what's going to happen.
This is, you know, you haven't got anything out of these TP because Alliance are able to match you step for step. You don't have a hero, you know, like Chen that is going to give you that advantage. Alliance, they are just so happy with what's been going on.
I mean, Boxy wants to be in the top lane, to be honest. This is an area of the map that Batrider would much rather be in. But he's actually taking a lot of damage here. Got speared under tower.
Yeah, one thing I do have to say is Solo is a pretty good support for Batrider. With this Arcane Curse,
Radiant scanning.
Mickey? He's going to be fine.
Dire's middle tower.
Alright, lane's starting to stabilize a little bit here for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, Insania, I think he might be in a lot of trouble. Roger rotated in, but the slow over from Insania. Now Mickey, he's chasing. They do have a healing ward. Only level 1 to... Mickey not quite able to get that 75 gold. Nice micro there by Ramses.
I'd like to see Boxy just kind of begin lane cutting here pretty soon. Like, he doesn't... I guess you don't really need to. Oh, he gets spear top. He's in a lot of trouble.
Nice spear. Affected by the Arcane Curse. A few more hits and they are able to get that kill. Solo getting first +2 of the game.
Yeah. They saw Taiga, like, back off on the Sand King, and... I mean, Boxy's just sitting too low of health to really contest that bottom lane. Single engagement. Mickey now in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, with that Malefice, the spin needs one more right click now. Ramses, and he is going to get it. VP getting these turnaround kills. Even though Alliance have the lanes they want, it looks like VP have been able to successfully pull the advantage.
Yeah, that was really nice. I think there's just a couple misplays by Alliance, right? Like, they don't necessarily have weaker lanes, but just not being in the correct positions.
Yeah, and I think Quakefur might be in trouble mids. Solo's rotated, maybe just to set up a ward. It's going to just find it. If Boxy knew that this Mars was alone, he might be able to get...
It's hard for Batrider to kill the Mars, right? Because he just... If he hits the spear, you just can't get back on top of him in time. But he does have a point available. I imagine he's going to go for the third point in Firefly, but we'll see. He could obviously go for the Flame Break as well.
Yeah, so we haven't talked about this mid lane. Quakefur, he'd be a little bit behind in CS. Obviously, Meepo has been in the jungle.
He got speared, so it is on cooldown. He should be able to just walk on out of here. Oh, maybe.
The no mana for the spear, so he is going to be able to live through that just... And now Solo actually chasing, not realizing about this salve. He will cancel the salve, but Pops. You gonna... Solo's getting very
He
low.
can turn on him, yeah. He will go down here. So he'll probably die on the Batrider to the Arcane Curse, since he did have to cast several spells. Is he? Yeah, he'll go down.
But at least he doesn't give over a -2, because the silencer is already dead. You know, you have to look
there you go. Yeah.
Dire are scanning.
But they're putting a lot of... Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, we're seeing as a push. So even though he had this unfavorable lane match, he's been very, very good at hitting these spears, and it's allowed them to set up these kills.
I would say they've been applying a lot of pressure in the mid lane too. Meepo, he's one of those heroes who just clears a wave and then disappears in the jungle, clears a wave. Actually, bot lane Roger in a lot of trouble. There's the first kill. Boxy rotates in, and he has lasso.
Radiant's top tower is under
I think
attack.
that might be enough to be able to save off Nikkei. Now Ramsey's in real trouble, slowed up by the one axis. Batrider first uses the lasso, great rotation, hits this. Nice kills inside of Alliance.
They really needed that because Nikkei was struggling in this lane against the Juggernaut, and now they're feeling pretty good.
That'll take the wind from their sails.
Dire's bottom tower
Yeah,
is
and
under
Tiger
attack.
is more than happy to take the experience as the farm here in this.
Oh yeah, Sand King. Yeah, anytime you give Sand King like solo farm and levels, he's gonna thrive. He loves it. Ooh, TP in from Koikva, but he TP's in right under a ward, so they know this is happening, and no one responds immediately. He is here waiting, trying to bait this out.
Tiger has the stun. Are they going to commit? Papasha does miss the spear. Well, more of a dodge by Quaker, and it looks like there's going to be no kills here in this top lane. Nice rotation there by no one, saving the life.
He was close. They almost got it. Sand King, obviously, Bro Strike, pretty good.
Boxy, by the way, isn't going for those early boots and travels. Is putting the drop. How do you feel about this?
I think that's fine. If you don't really go that super greed build where you can just get like a really early like bottle boots of travel, then drums is easily the best build you can go on this hero. You usually go drums anyway, and it's just a great item to not only help your team but yourself. It pretty much makes every part of his kit better.
Do you think he felt the need to go for this because he had those two deaths?
Maybe. I feel like he was probably going to go this anyway. To be honest, I don't think he was going to be playing super greedy to go for the boots of travel mid lane. This tower's super low, and they're going to be able to get the deny.
Dire's middle tower.
They're pinging out Koikva. They know he's here somewhere.
Oh, he's just been able to dance safe. Help with these two.
That's a lasso. Juggernaut's just dead.
He had this big
So
Quaker
close.
didn't rush in. I really thought Quaker was going to commit onto that Juggernaut. But it looks like they're going to look for Roger. He tried to get the black hole out in time. They needed a little bit more damage. Quaker now.
High ground miss.
Arcane Flash.
Where's the party?
In comes Troll Warlord though. He does that battle trance.
The Omni Sash as well as the black hole. There's not that much damage. The spear to push Insane actually back. Foxy, doesn't have the Firefly for any longer. They have managed to take down Roger. No one, he's here to clean up over on the Meepo. They hold down the Troll Warlord. Those axes aren't going to save him for much longer.
What a weird engagement. Like,
Yeah, I don't understand why Quakefoot didn't go on the jug when they had him in the lasso.
yeah, it really looked like they were just going to pick off the jug, and that was going to be the end of it. And then they try to make their play on the Enigma, and then Troll wraps all the way around. Like it was just a really disjointed fight where like both teams weren't really sure how they wanted to take the fight. But I think overall it ends up going Virtus.pro's favor. They get the kill on the Troll Warlord.
Yeah, all the meanwhile, you know, Tiger was here in the top lane. He is doing fairly okay for himself. Looks like he's rushing the Blink Tag and he's, you know, almost halfway towards it. It wasn't
Radiant's middle
that
tower
catastrophic
is under
of an
attack.
engagement, but obviously you do not want to be losing Mick on in the game.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I mean, taking a look at net worth is kind of what we'd expect, right? Meepo, as you said early on, usually just going to be the most farmed hero on the map at all times. But this game's pretty even. Less than 1,000 gold advantage for Virtus.pro. And to be honest, based on how the lanes should have gone, I would have put Alliance at a pretty decent advantage right now. But Virtus.pro found a couple really good kills, stabilized those lanes. Now they're sitting pretty.
Yeah, and no one, by the way, he's getting that early Blink Tag on the Meepo. Occasionally you go for the Ethereal Blade as the first item. Looks like they just want really set up and either shut down the Storm, you know, some of these other heroes for the side of Alliance. They want to get active a bit more early, it seems.
Yeah. I love the fact that Taiga's played the same role essentially this game as he did his last game on Rubik. He just sits in the lane opposite of his team and just keeps the lane pushed, finds farm, and it's going to allow him to get a fairly early Blink Dagger. Not obviously as early as last game. He's not going to be as farmed as he was on Rubik, but For the 4th position Sand King, I don't think he'd be that upset. He should have it probably around 16, 17 minutes. Probably earlier.
Roger, he's gonna have his mechanism for the full Guardian Greaves. Do you think there's any reason? Last game, you know, he got that blink and everything before the shiny new boot.
I don't know if there's like something in particular he wants to purge. The only like real big purge for me would be like Frostbite or Sticky Napalm. Everything else pretty much is, you know, a targetable CC. It does provide the Greaves aura though, which is really strong. So maybe that's their plan, is to just kind of 5-man around the Guardian Greaves.
Yeah, I can see how that'd be so strong with their lineup. You know, eating more with the Guardian Greaves. You know, you'll have trouble taking down anyone. But Alliance, they don't really quite have that burst.
I get bottom. What a Burrow Strike, barely gets out. That was the blink reveal from no one.
And it looks like they're trying to go on to Pasha, the global silence. I think this is probably going to cost them their life with their Crystal Maiden. Ramsey's definitely going to run down Insania. Boxy will be able to escape with the Firefly, but nice counter initiation.
Yeah, that was a good play. Global definitely keeps his team alive, which is nice. I think they probably find the kill onto the Mars if they don't global there. So you do at least have global cooldown, or you have global silence on cooldown for the side of VP, which gives Alliance a little bit of time to work.
Mickey's building an interesting item here that I haven't seen very often on Trolls. He's going for the Maelstrom first. This just to...
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's decent against heroes like Mars too, because magic damage is not really mitigated by him. So items like Diffusal and Maelstrom allow him to put out a little bit more damage. And it's also better than going like Battle Fury this game, I think, for that reason. Which would be like your farming item. Bottom lane, they're going right on Boxy. He's caught out, but he's just flying off.
You skewered him to a tree, but he will be able to escape with the help of that Firefly. And now, Boxy's drops, he's going in. Roger, but the obvious aspect of Boxy, I don't think he's going to be able to put him down quick, but he's got it into this. Boxy very low. He will eventually force that spin. Yes, he will. And now the Meepo's here. He's not wait for a spear into a tree. You're not getting away from this one. Tiger, they do have vision for you with the help of Solo. And that's going to be 3 kills. Mara's back away to safety, but Pasha's right on top of you.
Oh my gosh, no one is... Yep, this is what we talked about. Meepo, really good at dealing with Storm Spirit, right? This like blink net that he has available. The spear from Mars did connect on Storm Spirit there, so that was obviously what set up that kill in the first place. But it looked like a great initiation on Alliance, taking down the Enigma right away. But Virtus.pro, they have a lot to work with when it comes to these fights.
I do have to wonder if that was a tiny bit greedy, because Boxy had obviously seen bunch of people behind the Enigma. Must have expected some sort of retaliation.
That's going to be 3 runs for Virtus.pro. I mean, that fight only does give them that gold advantage, but also the map advantage as well, allowing them to secure a 3... basically 3 bounty runes there for themselves. Taiga has a Blink Dagger now, just buys it. So something they didn't have in the last fight.
Pasha, by the way, is going to have a blink of money for it. Still hasn't bought it. Perhaps trying to make his way to a side jump. And Insania, this invisibility is not invincibility. Is he going to be able to... But he successfully walked out of the range of the sentry, but the drops... Now instead they're going to find the Sand King on Tiger.
Yeah, I mean, that's a much better kill for them. I figured, you know, Pasha just going to drop the arena there, make sure he can't escape. They saw him use the Burrow Strike, obviously try and buy his Crystal Maiden some time. And that's just a free kill. I mean, this is Virtus.pro looking really good this game. No one's Meepo. Obviously exceptional play. They're smoked up here on the high ground, looking to find this Batrider.
Yeah, one thing we haven't really... maybe... Boxy, they do miss the first net, but the second net as well. That's the spear to the trees. And they pop the global silence.
There's
and now
global.
is going to have to walk away there. But instantly on Boxy. Looks like they're trying to turn this around. Solo definitely is a kid in their purview, but meanwhile, Storm Spirit.
He got a DD rune.
Wait, but he's in trouble. It looks like he's going for Roger. They do have Black Holes. They need to be a bit careful how much they... Pasha blinks forward, misses the spin. Now he might be in trouble himself. Soldier view to push to the back, but they're on top of him. That's so. As well as the CM ultimate, the glue. The black hole, it does stop the ultimate of the CM, but they're just inside with the Epicenter. And now onto Pasha, they do have the stun, but nice spear to get rid of Tiger. Leads away Pasha. He is going to be able to get away to safety. They do have vision on the last tick, but I think that was a 1-for-1, but there was a buyback.
Yeah, it is a 1-for-1, but like you pointed out, actually, Silencer died too, so it was a 2-for-1. Storm Spirit's caught
in real trouble. He does have a little bit to zip away. Tiger's here. Are they going to be able to turn this around? Do they have enough damage to take down this Meepo? The Ethereal Blade, but it just actually amplifies the damage of Crystal Nova.
That's a great response from Alliance. It was a really good find originally from No One, because he can definitely solo the Storm Spirit, but his team not willing to let that happen. Rotate over, they find a kill on the highest net worth hero on the map. And Quakefoot immediately queues up the Yule Scepter. He's done with it. He doesn't want to deal with it.
I can't remember who I heard talking about it at the panel of the miner, but what they said is every time on a Meepo, when you die, it feels like you die twice. Because, you know, you hand over so much kill, so much money to the enemy side, and can't farm for the period that you're dead, so it's such a massive setback every time you die with that hero. You can see, because of that, Alliance have the net worth advantage.
He also hands over a ton of experience. That's one of the things that a lot of people like forget about. Meepo is usually multiple levels above every other hero in the game, right? So when he dies, you definitely forfeit over a good chunk of experience to the other team. Ramsey is getting caught here, gets stunned up.
Yeah, they saw him use the spell.
Blade Fury.
He doesn't have it.
He should be fine. Yeah, he'll be fine. His whole team's behind him.
Tiger's just going to be way to safety. And, you know, Mickey, he was involved in that little skirmish in the led to this bottom shrine, but all the meanwhile, he's just been farming, and for a Troll Warlord to be ahead of a Meepo, I think that's really impressive when you do Battle Fury.
All right, looks like VP gonna try and put some pressure here at the tier 1 tower top. This is a difficult engagement for them, right? Because this is pretty easy to defend if you're Alliance. But you do have Global, you have Black Hole coming off cooldown in about a minute. But I really like where Taiga's positioned himself. Yeah, they're just gonna go farm.
Have you seen where these wards out of really nice
Yeah, I really do like that. That's an interesting ward. I don't really see that one very often. It's difficult to de-ward, which is nice.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, you just don't really expect them to have.
They scanned Roche, and they happened to see Silencer walking by with the scan, so I think they just assumed Meepo was doing it, so he just goes ahead and ball lightnings right through it just to be sure.
So, close to that, all the way from there. Gonna amplify the damage that he's in combo.
Taiga, you gotta be careful. There's the whole squad of Virtus.pro really wants this rune, and he just gets skewered all the way out.
But they have sentries all the way down, but now it looks like they want to initiate the arena. It has managed to catch Taiga as well as the only slash on top of. It looks like it's going to be 2 quick kills. And meanwhile, in the mid lane, no one just picking up Insania, so 3 kills around the map side of EP, and they will transition this.
Oh yeah, this is a good Roche time for them now. There's no way you can respond to it if you're Alliance. This is what VP wants, right? Like, their whole plan is to play around their big cooldowns with global silence and use their level advantage, really. No one on the Alliance really feels fighting into that lineup.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yes, and Meepo, with the Aegis, obviously he can just play that tiny bit more aggressive. This will also give him the money for the Ethereal Blade if he didn't have it already. It looks like he did have it.
No, he just finished it. Yeah, he just finished the E-Blade. He only had the Ghost Scepter previously, but E-Blade complete now, which obviously gives him a lot more kill potential, as well as potential to save any specific Meepo of his choice, which is really nice.
Ramses, by the way, is keeping up pretty well pro Warlord. Mickey, he is going to have a BKB pretty soon. Is that enough for the side of Alliance to look to fight once you have a BKB here on the...
Radiant's
I don't think so, because you still have to deal with Black Hole, and like I said, there's not really a good way to deal with it. The thing with that Black King Bar is going to offer him is the ability to like kind of pick off specific heroes and kind of ignore the Meepo in these fights. But He's just not going to get kited as much. That's about it.
And an unsuccessful
Radiant's
smoke
top
there
tower
for
is under
Alliance. I
attack.
think they were
Yeah,
hopefully looking found in the mid lane.
They saw Roger, actually, for a moment. They pinged him out, but Batrider just not close enough, and he doesn't have Blink, so there's no real way for them to get on top, get that lasso, and find a kill. You pretty much have to rely on Taiga to get that Blink Burrow Strike. And is he itemizing for a Blink soon? Yeah, Boxy's pretty close, so you should have it soon. Bottom lane, Koikva is... he's just hanging out in the tree, hoping that no one finds him.
He has a TP. I think he's just looking.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little sketchy to do against heroes like Meepo because, you know, you may see 3-4 heroes on the map, but the could always just be like a random Meepo.
Yeah,
Nice, they forked the wave. That's nice. That's a really good play.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Just they know exactly what to up to, and they're just not letting him get away with it. Transitioning this Aegis into a tier 2 tower. I wouldn't be surprised if they look for even more than tier 2.
Yeah, they want to go high ground. They have all their spells available. They have Aegis on the Meepo. Like, they're definitely wanting to find a big fight and then take an objective off of it. I don't think they go high ground just, you know, 5v5. That's not like their plan, but they might actually find some kills here in the top lane.
But no one, he's TP'd in. I think they have to back out. A lot of people coming through. AK has the beacon,
Just BKBs.
and he will be okay. What? No, he sees Roger, so he knows they have the back hold to cancel that TP. And Mickey, this is his first BKB. He's trying to walk away, and he will actually be able to walk out, I think.
Just juking and jiving, trying to get out of there. Yeah, he's quick, but I mean, that's your 10-second BKB, the first one of the game, and he's still in trouble? No one is just running down.
Fire strike, but they do manage to kill him. Mickey just threw him to the sides of the arena, and now Tiger's not going to be able to get away, and there's no buyback on this Pro Warlord.
Radiant's middle
And this is now, like I said, this is what they wanted to do. They take a couple heroes, they're going to turn it into a high ground push for sure. They still have Aegis available. Black Hole not expended. This is looking really good for VP.
Yeah, Pasha is just a great catch there with the arena. They literally pursued BK across the entire length of the map.
All the way to the tier 2 mid. That's pretty nuts. Great Burrow.
Are they going to be able to kill him? They kill him up to the junk. He does not have the ability. No one's going to go down, but it's a black hole. It's onto 3 of them. Pasha, the skewer back. They do lose the sand kick, and now they have to back off. They've lost 3, the second life of the Meepo. I think you might be in trouble if you're the Insanest. Yeah, eventually they will get out of him, but on the back line, it's Quaver not quite able to kill off Solo with that snip stab.
No one's just going to leave. They're going to back out. So this is kind of respecting the Troll Warlord. He does have BKB available. Koikva, what are you...
He's out of mana, but he is going to be okay. Mickey, he's respawned. Are they able to find anyone? They've got Solo, they've got Pasha. Solo, I think Solo's going to be able to get away to safety, but they have found Pasha. So Mickey respawning, and they only lose the tier 3, so not awful for the side of Alliance, which was looking like a full lane of racks.
Yeah, they just Virtus.pro, rightfully so, respecting the respawn of the Troll Warlord and his BKB. Not wanting to kind of throw on the high ground right now. They know they have the lead. And they do manage to find 2 good kills, which is nice.
Yeah, one thing I do have to really praise for the side of Alliance is, you know, they correctly identify that, you know, we kill this Meepo once and he respawns, but if we can burst the Juggernaut, there's no way he's coming back into this thing. That's what they look to do, and that's, I think, what really helped repel the push.
Koikva was so close to dying. Mars barely missed the spear on that engagement bottom. He got hit by Malefice, and the mini stun, I think, confused Mars, and so he throws the spear where he thought the storm was going to be, and it just goes whiffing right by. Had he connects that spear, I think, obviously, Koikva would go down there, but lucky break there for Alliance.
Have you seen this warding side of VP? Yeah, they have
the diamond in the mid lane. I mean, these are great wards. You can pretty much watch Alliance's movement all around their base, and that's what they want to be doing. They really want to be playing aggressive right now.
They still have they have global off cooldown, so this ward is just paying so much dividends. They know exactly where everyone is.
Okay, as BKB gets skewered.
Do they have the burst? The last on the back line, the BKB, the global side. It doesn't really matter. Because of the silence after the BKB, he wasn't able to pop his ultimate. And now they've lost 2 and they're just going to back out.
Quick was in, but there's a buyback on Troll. Is this too far?
He uses himself to the skewer to the street. Ultimately straight, but they have the burrow stopping Epicenter. Will they be able to kill anyone? Tiger, he does go down, so they've lost Quick, but they haven't lost anyone yet from the side of the VP. Mickey, he brought back, but he really needs some sort of kill. The Ethereum Blade, they do eventually lose him. And now onto Ramses, they put the ultimate on Mickey. They need a vision, and they are able to get that kill. Now, Roger doesn't have a blink dagger or anything. They don't have vision onto the tower ground, but the Malefice is going to slow him down. Roger does have a TP in 1 second, but the flame break, they do have the vision, and they break the TP with the frostbite.
What an engagement by Alliance. They try to disengage on the side of VP, and just a beautiful 4-man burrow Epicenter into CM freezing kill like that. There's so much magic damage coming out from the side of Alliance, and I mean, we can just look at the fight recap there. The amount of damage, CM does 6,200, then 5,400 from the Sand King. Absolutely beautiful fight from them.
One point of worry that I am looking at, though, is for side of Alliance, they only have the buyback on the Storms.
Solo, top lane, getting caught by Boxy, and comes Pasha though.
Goes back into the trees. Solo is still sitting in the fire, but Boxy able to fly away to safety. Doesn't have a TP for another 10 seconds, and I think he might be in trouble now.
Yeah, Solo just gonna stand here and wait for the +2. That's all he wants. Wait, is he actually going to get this off?
No, okay. They have the spinner, the quad review.
I was confused. I was like, I thought for sure Solo would at least throw an auto attack or something to prevent him from blinking, but that was close.
But, you know, as you say, he does eventually get that.
Yeah, he's just standing there. He's like, I know what I want.
But yeah, it's Alliance, you know, it does feel to me like Meepo, you know, he is a very early to mid-game hero. That's where he is strongest. And at Alliance, maybe they're starting to weather the storm. You know, I'm looking at the net worth. It's only a advantage for the side of EP, and they still haven't, you know, taken their first lane of Rat.
Yeah, it looked like Virtus.pro. They had the, you know, a couple opportunities here to do that, and Alliance's draft at this point is able to the amount of damage that they have. Dealing with Meepo isn't going to be that difficult, right? If Storm picks up a BKB to match like Mickey, they can pretty much run train on the side of Virtus.pro.
Yeah, so they are looking towards this last tier 2 tower. Ramses, who's going to be able to claim it by himself. But the one thing I'd really have to praise VP is I'm looking at the map, and it just looks so dark for the side of Alliance.
Yeah, they're pretty much restricted to their base as far as the top half of the map. I love Quickva cutting mid lane right now. This is what he needs to be doing, making sure that they don't have the ability to go high ground.
Roshan does have money for his Bloodstone, but I think he is holding on to buyback, being the only member of Alliance with it. Storm Spirit, obviously one of the best heroes with it.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, you kind of have to have buyback if you're Alliance at this point, at least on some of your heroes, just because one bad fight in Virtus.pro, like Meepo takes bases so fast. Probably one of the fastest base takers in the game. So you can't really like afford to lose a fight right outside your base and then have no way to really defend.
No one has completed the full Eye of Skadi, so Meepo that little bit more tanky, but we have an initiation in the mid lane. Boxy, he's managed to find Solo Silencer. Are they going to be able to kill him? We'll get to anything, but the Crimson God is doing a lot of work. And Solo, he's going to live through that.
They find him in the... Oh my gosh, alright. Storm Spirit, is he going to get caught here? Global Silence puts him under, and they get the kill. Wow. Great prediction from no one. He actually just like blinks right into the Roche pit and throws a blind net and catches Quick with Storm.
I caught the end of the kill, but I didn't catch the net, but because I expected everyone to get out safely, but Alliance just punished there for their aggression. This Crimson Guard, it's just nullifying so much of their damage. Pasha.
That's a pretty good item, yeah. I mean, Virtus.pro's lineup is very scary as far as their 5-man, and perfect time for Roche to respawn. Meepo going to be able to pick up his Aegis again. Maybe they give it to Juggernaut this time, but I imagine it goes to Meepo. Yeah, she's on Joy instead. Mid lane, Alliance is smoked up. They want to take a fight, but it's not going to be the easiest fight anymore. You now have 2 Meepos to deal with, 2 Juggernauts. Global Silence is down, but you still have the Threat Black Hole available.
Yeah, and they see Pasha. Pasha breaks the smoke, and no, he is not the one you want to be going with. It's just a bit too tanky. I guess they were probably hoping for someone like Solo or Roger, but you're not going to find them.
Yeah, I love Pasha's build this game.
Radiant's bottom shrine.
They're just chasing around the map, trying to find kills here while Alliance wants to just cut wave constantly. Mickey running. He's actually might get scouted here. No one chooses to go the other way. So Mickey just trying to farm where he can and cut waves, but he's got to be careful. Just going to TP home.
They're trying to get their lanes under control, but quick for Mickey. It's exactly as you say. Great job of that kind of boxes in the trees. He's initiated over on Pasha. Is there any follow-up? They have the Veil, the Virus Strike, but now affected by the Crimson Guard. I don't think you're able to get this kill.
I mean, that's the second time Lasso's been used here, and they don't really get anything for it, right? Mid lane, it ends up baiting their Storm into a death, but this time they go on this Mars, and they just don't have the damage to deal with them.
Zip-zap! Over here now!
Storm Spirit finds himself a regen rune, though.
Oh, what'd I miss?
He does have that fresh Bloodstone, but hasn't really come... He hasn't really been able to do anything with it, right?
He just picked up now, and I think its first real usage is going to be this vengeful high ground defense. Is coming as the second Aegis.
Mickey finished a Mjolnir, has Manta BKB. I mean, he puts out a ton of damage if he can get on top of these targets. The problem is, does have this like massive onslaught of Virtus.pro, so we'll see what he can do.
Boxy, they know he doesn't have Flaming Lasso, but no one goes in the spear as well as the Global Science. So it looks like Boxy might be taken out, but no one. Is he going to lose his first life? This Vivo is very low. So you need to see a Serum Blade to try and save it up. The Black Hole is only on to one. Actually, it's on to two. They find this team as well. The Fire every sense over here. They put the top wall for Zalta, and they've got to do the opposite side. They're going to do the Marlon on Tiger. It is doing a lot of work.
Oh my gosh.
They've only lost Tiger, and Zania with his own BKB. He's going to live through this. BK, he's surviving. Ramsey, he already used the cheese of his own. Will they be able to take it down? Yes, and no one. He burnt the Aegis thing, killed all five of them. What an amazing high ground defense on the side of Alliance.
This is insane. Every time this fight happens, we see just a beautiful blink, Burrow Epi. He gets the entire lineup of Virtus.pro inside the arena. And then Mickey just pops BK Battle Trance and just runs through the entire lineup of VP. Like, he just did so, like, 14,000 damage in that fight almost.
That was just amazing. And it's worth pointing out that Alliance had no slouches in taking buildings themselves. Only the buyback from the Sand King was needed. And now you really have to worry for VP because Alliance have proved that they can take and win these fights.
Yeah, if they don't kill the Troll Warlord in that black hole, you pretty much can't fight him, right? Like, that is the hard control through his BKB. You can't kill him through Battle Trance, Juggernaut's Omni Slash, pretty much a moot point, and he just, it was insane. Like, every hero he just walked at was just dead within seconds.
Yeah, Jug managed to survive for a little while because he got off the cheese into his dash, but right off that, they were just able to take him down. And, we just talked about Quake's Bloodstone looking at the 14 charges. What he's now 20.
Yeah, he's feeling pretty happy about that. And he's going for the Shivas next, which I really like. It's fantastic against Meepo. It's great against Juggernaut. It just gives him survivability, gives him vision, regen. Like, overall, one of the better items on Storm Spirit. And it's just more magic AoE damage for these fights that they have, right? Between Insania, who now has a Blink BKB, and obviously Taiga's Sand King, like, there's so much AoE magic damage coming out in these fights.
I have to say, after that engagement, once again, Alliance, if you look at the net worth graph, there was one tip around 20 minutes where they had an advantage. But now, once again, it looks like they're tipping into it.
Yeah, they're now recouped from an almost 10,000 gold deficit. And Meepo is a hero at this point in the game against these specific heroes is going to struggle. Like, he's not going to be this like huge dominant force that he's been all game.
And I have to say, when this Storm Spirit hits level 25, that's just such a massive increase in magic damage for the side of Alliance. And I don't know if no one's going to be able to live through that.
Yeah, I really like it. The Sand King going for a Lotus Orb, it looks like. What is Boxy doing? Going for an E-Blade. That is interesting to me. He has the Ghost Scepter. I like the pickup of the Ghost Scepter. Okay, swing and a miss on the bot lane creep wave there from Quakeva, but it's fine.
He'll get the next one.
Yeah, he's like, I can just do this again.
Zap! I've been wanting this.
Alright, Virtus.pro playing a little bit more cautious now.
Yeah, I mean, after those No, all these fights. I think you really have to do Tiger,
for me?
as you said, time and time again, done such an amazing
what did I
job
miss?
with
Now over
these
here.
big power epis, and we're probably not even noticing that he's getting this failed, debuff onto everyone that's just helping his Crystal Maiden, helping his Storm.
Absolutely.
Pump out the damage.
I'm over here.
We talked about why Mjolnir was good this game, right? You have so much magic damage added to the fights just from a Mjolnir. And with the attack speed that Troll Warlord has, as soon as he activates that Battle Trance, he's going to be getting a ton of procs.
Yeah, Troll Warlord as well by himself has the Battle Trance Strong Dispel as well as very close to his rebuff. Does this mean he can hit Battle Trance inside Black Hole?
I actually don't know about that. That's like a weird mechanic. I imagine my like gut intuition is saying yes, you should be able to, but you're still going to be controlled, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because it doesn't you can't dispel Black Hole because it's an AoE, but you should still be able to hit the button, because I know it gets rid of things like Lasso. But this basically makes Mickey immortal. The only way they've been able to kill him is in Black Hole.
Over here now.
And actually, he might not be able to put it if they Global Silence on top of the Black Hole.
Over here.
Yeah, that's the kill potential, right? He does have a Satanic coming out though, which at least soon, right? That's what he's going to be building. And I think once he has the buyback for it, like he wants buyback and Satanic, and those two items are going to make him very difficult to deal with.
Oh.
Yeah, it's as if he wasn't even difficult enough to deal with. So 25 talent. So we talked about Quakefor's level 2 talent, just a nice amplification. You can see all the Storm Spirit remnants. It's always pretty damn fun. Are there any other big 25s that we're looking out for?
Let's see. So Meepo, I guess. He's going to be very close. I imagine you go the health, but in this game, is it even going to be that much more important? It seems like they just chew through his health pool anyway.
Yeah, it's not an insane talent to get. And how is our Jug doing? Well, one thing I do actually really want to point out is, we talked about how Meepo's usually ahead in levels, and because they've been able to kill him so much, fed this experience to the Alliance side, and that's why their two cores are 25 before the side of VP.
So Mickey bottles up a DD rune here, so this is looking real good. Roshan potentially going to respawn in 30 seconds.
Wow, Mickey is not afraid of anything.
His whole team's fine. They're simply fine.
They have the summons. He is probably going to go down. Yes.
Can't battle transit. There you go. Problem solved.
And then also back boxing. They go in and this is the power Epicenter on top. No one. He's not going to be able to live through this. He's actually hit on top of the three of them. Insania. He seems to be the one tagging this, but he has that bonus armor. And now Ramses, they have the vision from this Lincoln Spit's not going to allow him to save it. And a great fight for the side of Alliance. They did force two buybacks.
No way over here now.
But a massive kill, and that's just going to lead into Roche.
That was an instant Roche respawn. Absolutely instant. He pops the DD and he's just going to get a free Roche now. Alliance's team, they do so much damage just from the support. CM did 10,000 damage from Freezing Field in that fight. Which is blanks BKBs and there's no way to deal with it.
By the way, something I didn't talk about is this Roche has an Aghanim Scepter.
That's on Storm for sure.
Yeah, the AoE control is just going to be absolutely insane. And now that he has it, you can see the Storm shoot up in net worth, the free, 6,000 gold at that item cost.
Do you buy back? I feel like you can't afford to just lose your base right now.
But they have their ultimates. They don't have Cold, they don't have Global Silence.
Alliance may have I don't know how you can win this fight either. I think Alliance right now, they're going to just close out the game.
They're playing it very controlled, just going for the same frags. Do you think they go for tier 4s?
Dire's middle barracks is full.
I think they just want top. Oh, unless they get a great grab on Juggernaut.
Buyback here from Meepo. Do they have quite enough? Ramses, he's getting very low. He is going to be able to spin out to safety. Roger, he does have another black hole, no matter how much he fakes. But they have the Aegis left as well as the ultimate over here. He punches the ultimate, he's surviving through it. They lose the pass once again to the control from the Storm, and to the buyback from Meepo. And now they no longer have no one for 121 seconds, and they're just going to look towards the tier 4s. They didn't lose Aegis, they haven't used Cheese. They did use the Satanic here on Mickey, but they don't really mind.
the AoE Vortex is just so good with Alliance's draft, right? Like, you just pull everyone into this freezing field, and there's no way to stop it.
Dire's middle tower is
Now,
under attack.
okay, just looking at net worth really quick, suddenly this game went from being like almost 10,000 in favor from Virtus.pro to almost 30,000 in favor of Alliance in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, the Pasha, he's in front of the Vortex on top of both of them. The Virus side, they do have a black hole, but it connects on absolutely no one from the side of Alliance. And with that whip black hole, they just called GG. Alliance have 2 OVP here in the first match in Group C.
Oh my goodness, Alliance, man. These guys